Next question. Right here.
Hi, I'm Kenny from Total Film Indonesia.
Speaking to the microphone, Kenny. We cannot hear you unless you're speaking to the microphone.
I'm Kenny from Total Film Indonesia. I have two questions. First one, when you find material, how do you know which one you're going to produce, write, or star in, or all of them? And the second question, what's the difference between directing a Julia Roberts and acting with one?
I think I understood those questions. Julia Roberts is the best there is. There's a reason that she has become the screen icon of legendary stature and beauty, what have you. And when we imagined what Larry Crowne when we imagined the teacher that would teach Larry Crowne, she was always who we wanted. I don't think I would have been able to get her to be in the film if we hadn't worked as actors in a movie called Charlie Wilson's War. I don't know if that played over here or not. But we got to know each other very well in the course of playing that and had a very good, relaxed time and did, I think really good work between us so that she knew the type of job, I think, the type of boss that we would be. And so she was open to the idea, and then in the collaboration that we had, as what Mercedes is going through, what Larry is going through, matched up very, very well. I mean, she's very smart and very much a taskmaster. When it comes to exploring these things that really come out of the Playtone wheelhouse, it's nothing more than somebody coming into work one day saying, "Hey, there's this interesting idea, or I read this interesting article about somebody that goes through something," and we try to make movies and television projects that other people don't make. I mean, we look at things like Larry Crowne, the story of a guy going back to college, which sounds simple enough on paper, but we think it's fascinating, and we think we make a good movie about it. We make television series like John Adams, which is about colonial America, and it comes from a great book, and other people might not want to touch it, but we think it'll make an interesting 6 hours, or actually 8 hours of television. So we always try to bend the rules somewhat, absolutely break them if we can, in order to be doing something out there that is just different from everything else in the marketplace.
And Henry Radio, you go to Sheen. You once quoted as saying you've made over 20 films, but only 5 of them are good.
Yeah. It's a pretty good average, though, don't you think?
Which 5 do you...
I don't, I'm not sure. Somebody else has to decide that. I mean, I had some that where I had, a pretty good time of, I was in France once, and I'm not ragging on French journalists. We never want to do that, would we? No, not at all. Long ago, and I was talking with somebody, and they said, actually, I think we were promoting Charlie Wilson's War. Might have been that. And they said, why don't you make more interesting films with more interesting film directors? Why don't you work with somebody like the Coen brothers? And I said, well, I made a movie with the Coen brothers. It's called The Lady Killers. Oh, but not that kind of Coen brothers film. Another kind of Coen brothers film. So, I think I have a pretty good track record, and some of them do okay by and large. And that really was a joke when I was quoted by saying that, because now I think I've actually made over 30 films, and I think 7 of them are pretty good. So, as long as both numbers keep going up, I'm satisfied.
Okay, I think let's have one more question, Scott.
Hi, Mr. Hanks. I'm Scott from the Philippine Star, and I just want to ask, I feel that you're really an inspiration as an actor. You play very inspiring characters. Is there any place you won't go as an actor?
No, I don't. There's places that I won't go as a storyteller. There's some. By and large, I go see movies. I make movies that I would like to see myself, and there's a whole kind of like type of motion picture or a type of story that they're do they have I'm not ragging on it. Anybody can go see any movie they want to. It doesn't matter to me. What do I know? But remember did you have the Saw series over here, the horror film Saw?
Yeah, it's very popular.
And all I can think of, what the hell is this? What in the world? What? Are we insane? Let's go see people slowly cut up by some guy and dismember. I don't get that. Now, I'm not going to bother seeing that, but I'm also not going to be negative. But I'm not sure what themes are examined by Saw, but maybe they are themes that I could find somewhere else when we're talking about. But the thing is, if you're making movies at a certain level that people are paying to go see, you're making some form of social document that is going to last a long time, whether it's good or bad. And I've made some bad movies that will last just as long as the good ones will. But in order to go off and do all that work and invest time, like not only just making it, but then traveling around the world and talking to thousands of just Singaporean journalists all at the same time, you really have to be making something that is going to somehow matter. And I think the only way it can matter is if it's really about something that you're trying to find, even if it's a silly comedy, or even if it's about some a science fiction thing, or even if it's about superheroes. You have to land on a very particular kind of square, so you're somehow holding the mirror up to nature and examining the human condition. I think that's my job. I'm very lucky to have it when I have it, and I feel even better when we can succeed in doing that as opposed to merely coming close. So thank you.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Enjoy the film festival.